What up, y'all? Appreciate you hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Okay, so look, everybody knows I like Xbox. Everybody knows I like Xbox. Everybody knows this. I don't hate PlayStation, but okay, so today, I guess it happened, whatever. They posted the list of the games that are going to be on the PlayStation Plus tiers. And I've watched a couple of videos of people going through them. I'm not going to do the same thing. I'm not going to read every page and go blah blah blah. They're going to say this blah blah. No, not doing that. Why? No one cares about that stuff. Know what you do care about? The games. What's the games gonna be? You don't need all that extra stuff. Trim the fat, get to the good stuff. The games, right? It's supposed to be the good stuff. The games are supposed to be but I counted in this, the highest tier of the PlayStation, what is it called? PlayStation Plus Premium. 90 games. They couldn't even get to 100. I mean, y'all already know how this video is gonna go. We don't need to read these games because I'm like, what? Why? This is such a man. I mean, y'all thought that delaying Starfield and Redfall was a disaster. I think Sony was like, let's wait for Xbox to drop some bad news so then we can drop this and then people won't be as harsh because this sucks. This is bad. It's bad. It's not good. I mean, it's not good. It's not horrible. It's like, do I want to waste my money? Basically, that's the question that you're gonna ask yourself. Do I need to buy this? Pay for this subscription service? Okay, no day one games, and I played all these games because I'm a PlayStation fanboy, right? Mm-hmm. What's the point? What is the actual point of this for demos? For the little demos that are hot guard? Let's go real quick to the demos section real quick. Time limited game trials, they call them. But they're 2-hour demos, let's be real. Honestly, okay, they're game trials, but they serve the same purpose. Uncharted Thieves Legacy. Okay, so that's in PlayStation Plus already. So why? The only good thing in here is Horizon Forbidden West, because that's not in PlayStation Plus. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a newish game. It's not day and date, but what we're gonna do. Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, if you're curious, if you're cyber curious, Cyberpunk curious. Cyber curious is something a little different, I think. And everything else is trash. Tiny Tina's like, oh, that's okay. No. WW Farming Simulator 22, really? They're like third-party partners. 4 games? How come the time trials, right? See, okay, I know we skipped all the way to the bottom, but check this out. The misconceptions of the PlayStation fan base, Donkey Unicorns, they were like, oh man, we're gonna have trials for all these games. Oh, right? I don't think so. You think they're gonna put day and date? You think God of War Ragnarok comes out? You think there's gonna be a trial? Day one trial? Nah, B. You crazy? No. Hell no. You know why? Because it's gonna bite into their sales. Because if you're God of War Ragnarok curious, why would they put a little snack morsel up there to potentially lose a sale? Rather than, if you're curious, you gotta buy the game. Or if you're curious, you can try the game. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. No, they don't want you to not buy it. So they're not gonna put those there. This is 2 first-party games. Wow. Trash. New games added regular. Okay, we'll see. the streaming. I mean, we don't even have to look at this. It's like trash, hot trash, garbage, and the games aren't even good. It's like Ratchet and Clank. Or, I mean, I'm not saying Ratchet and Clank games are bad, but stream. They need to. So this classic catalog is pitiful. Look, it almost fits all in one page. That's how many there aren't. I included those, by the way, those classic games. I included those in the total number of games available for the PlayStation Plus Premium, whatever. So that's the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games, and the classic games. 90, all of them. All the games that you can download and play off of PlayStation Plus Premium, 90 games. That's it and that's all. That's not including the PlayStation 3 games, the via stream, because I'm like, you can't download them. And it's not including the game trials because there's only freaking 6 of them. So, this is, yo, I'm sorry. Y'all can't cap for this. I'm like, yo, this is a whack list. And here's the thing also, right? So PlayStation has a longer history of games than Xbox does. Yet and still, I'm looking at this list, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 list. First of all, PlayStation 5 games. Let's count them out, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? There's more than that, right? No, let's go back. Let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Let's include the third party games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 PlayStation 5 games. That's sad, man. That's sad. I can go on my Xbox and literally play Xbox Series X games. I can't even say it. Xbox Series X games on my Xbox One via cloud streaming. I know I just made fun of streaming, but I can literally play like any Xbox Series X game that's on Gamepass. That version, cloud streaming. Because that's what's up. But going back to this, right? So I was looking at this list at the actual PlayStation Studio games, which is all of these. And I was looking at it, I was like, Alienation, Bloodborne, Concrete, Genie, Days Gone. I went through the list and I was like, that's not an impressive list. Granted, it's one generation, because I'm gonna be real. Ain't no PlayStation 5 games. Oh, Returnal's a PlayStation 5 game. Is barely a PlayStation 5. The only reason why Returnal is a PlayStation 5 game is because they're trying to get me. It's because they didn't release it on the PlayStation 4. It's literally the PlayStation 5 dev kit is a PlayStation 4 dev kit. That's why it's so easy. I've said this already. I don't need to repeat myself. So that's why they're, look, this is a sad list. I mean, most of these games people have played, and that's why the notion that if they don't do day and date, then it's a no-go. It's no, what are you doing, The one thing that would give them a competitive edge is day and date with their bangers, because their bangers are like, they're indisputable. They're the best in the business, right? So that would give people unpause. It would give them a reason to jump on and pay up just for that. And all these games here, that's extra credit. That's just, icing. That's just cherries on top, you know what I mean? With the nuts and the whipped cream, caramel, maybe chocolate. I usually do caramel. This is I watched Maddie plays. I watched him. He's trying to be diplomatic, but he was like, disappointing. I watched Spawn Wave. He was like, man, whack. He didn't say that, but same difference. They're both disappointed. I'm like, these are two fair-skinned gentlemen. They have good hair. So I was like, okay, because I can go and watch some clowns out there who just, I could go watch Muscle Bound Gamer. Like, oh man, this is so good. Gosh. Why? Why would I watch that? Trying to watch somebody who's, I know Matty is more of an Xbox dude, but he was like, let's be fair and balanced, and he generally is. And, you know, he likes Fallout a lot. For some reason, I don't like Fallout. Anyway, I mean, just this is all the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games. So I said 90 in total. How many are here? I think they're like 30. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 games. PlayStation 4 play. Come on, son. And they expect you to pay the same as Game Pass. Game Pass has over 100 games. Period. Plus, EA Plus, EA Play, which is 100 games. It's over 300 games that you can download and play. That's all. I'm gonna just say it like that, okay? I think the last count was like 3. I was about to say 343. That would be like, oof. That would be crazy. Serendipitous. No, it wouldn't be. But I can't. There are no words for the whatever this is. This is supposed to be the Game Pass competitor. This. No, I said it before. It wasn't. And I'm looking at the list and I'm like, yeah, nah. I mean, I'm looking at the list. I saw Destruction All Stars. I'm like, why you even put that on there, son? I mean, that's like diminishing that makes the list worse. It's like, we gotta pad it. Like, don't put that on there. Shut up. We're gonna put it on there, man. Somebody's gonna play it. Nobody's gonna play it. Nobody wanna play. They got Knack. Where's Knack 2? What? You know what? They're holding back some games. So they could be like, oh, we put some games up. Do they actually have a lot of games? I mean, they do, right? I think the perception is Sony's got the games, right? They got the games. But in reality, you look at the number of games. I'm looking at the number of games they got in this service, and I'm like, that's not a lot of games. One of the main problems is there's like barely any PlayStation 1 and 2 games. PlayStation 2 had a lot of games, right? And I think the problem with the earlier generations of PlayStation 1 and 2, 3 is a whole different problem because they too lazy to do their own emulation. I said it. Come in the comments and come and say something. It's been decades and they still ain't do no emulation. People on the internet got it locked. They're like, yo, PS3 emulation, we got that. We did that, like, it's done. But no, Sony's like, they're still trying to stream it. Nobody wants to stream them games. For the gamer, they not listening to y'all. They're like, nah, how much money is that cost for us to either buy or build it? Nah, we already got this. We already got the Gaikai PC in the back hooked up, streaming. It's like one PC. The problem with the earlier generations, yes, they had some games, but they didn't have a lot of games. And also, I mean, Japan Studio did a lot of stuff. Yeah, sure, you can see it up there. Shadow of Cloud. They had some games, yes, but a lot of it was third party because they had basically no competition. A lot of the times when Sony's doing well or whatever, they didn't have any competition. The one generation where they faltered, the Xbox 360 generation, PS3 generation, was price, and they had competition, you know? And it seems like they're faltering again now. I mean, they've had a giant lead and they came into this generation in a good position, but they're not doing themselves any favors. They're doing half-ass moves and they're not one-upping their competition. They're like, Microsoft is running a marathon, right? Sony's behind. I mean, they could catch up and pass probably if they wanted to, but they're just keeping pace just behind Xbox right now as far as what they're offering their consumers, because they feel like they don't have to. They feel like, we'll be all right. If you listen to all the fanboys out there, all the Donkey Unicorns and the Ponies, they're like, Sony doesn't need to put their games into the PS the day and date. They don't need to do that. They're in first place. They have sold more consoles. They hear that and they say, I guess we don't have to do that, because if our fan base says we don't have to, why should we? We should do what they want, except for when it costs us money. Then no, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, if we don't have to, which will cost us money, then yeah, we're not gonna do that. Man, this generation is so interesting. It's so interesting to see a giant like Sony about to bust their ass. They're about to trip and just like shake the earth, cause they slipping. It's almost like they don't want to compete. It's almost like they don't feel like they need to compete because they're in first place, right? And then they won't be in first place. And then what's gonna happen? That's the question, because they're not forward thinking right now. They're playing catch up. They're playing, oh shoot, we need to do this because our competition's doing it and they're doing it better and it's kind of catching on. So we need to do this. They're a need to do company. As long as it pays, as long as it gets the money, they don't care what they're doing. Remember that Wonder Book? Remember that? What? Remember that? That was hot trash. That was like, zoop. And I give them credit. It was kind of, I don't want to call it innovative. There was technology there, but no, that wasn't a move. What is this? That's been up for a while, huh? I don't want to do that. Oop. Go back there. But yeah. Oh, Monarch. Oh, that's on the Call of Duty. I gotta watch that one day. But anyway, yeah, this is a shame. I don't understand why. This is not good. This is not. I mean, honestly, what they did is they consolidated the two services, make it a nice, neat package, and they can go from there. They can adjust. You know, they can maybe do day and date 59 years from now. Who knows? Who cares at this point? Because the longer they wait, the harder it will be for them to catch up. High Blockbuster. Oops, you don't exist anymore. Is that last one still around? Probably not. Just saying, could I buy Blockbuster Video as a like logo entity, kind of like Atari? I wonder if that's for sale. Blockbuster Video, right? Blockbuster. That's not a bad buy. If you got money, you get Blockbuster, right? And you make movie theaters. Call them Block, but somebody that got. Anyway, tangent. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. What is Sony doing? I don't understand what they're doing. Do you understand? Tell me in the comments, because I don't know. This is like, man. This is like, what? This ain't a Gamepass competitor. They're failing. They're coming short. You look at GT7, it's like, really? That's the best y'all could do? Great. I thought y'all were king of racers. Nope. Forza Horizon 29. I mean, Forza Motorsport's about to drop and just destroy. Put the last nailed shovel of dirt on top of the coffin of GT7 forever. I don't think GT7 could come back from the travesty that happened with that game. I don't think Gran Turismo can come back. And once Forza drops, it's like, forget it. They better wait for PlayStation 6. Maybe I'll do a video on the. Oh, did I already do that? See, I'm forgetting. Whatever. And you know, things happen, and you know, PlayStation does this, and what's wrong with the world? Tilt weight.